877-600-4264. With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At PhilsGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And PhilsGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the PhilsGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at PhilsGang.com. That's PhilsGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
PhilsGang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to PhilsGang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. PhilsGang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month? PhilsGang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the PhilsGang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to PhilsGang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to PhilsGang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At PhilsGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And PhilsGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the PhilsGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at PhilsGang.com. That's PhilsGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
PhilsGang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to PhilsGang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. PhilsGang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at PhilsGang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgate.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Money's coming to me.
I want to stay on this rate story. I think it's the story of the market.
So I can't tell you that I specifically understand why yields are where they are. I can't tell you anybody's got a good reason.
Oh, yes, we do have a good reason, but they don't want to tell you the reason. They don't want to tell you the reason. Do you remember, I talked about this all last week. Maria Bartiromo, she was saying, wait a minute. How can they be telling us there's this big boom in the market, the economy's doing wonderful, but the bond market, which always tells the truth, unlike the fake business news networks, is showing us the economy looking forward is getting worse every day. Why? Because the treasury yields are going down.
It's a head scratcher. Yields have gone down.
Yeah, yields have gone down. See, the 10-year treasury yield, when you jump out of the stock market and you are afraid of the market and you want safety, you go buy bonds. And when you buy bonds, it drops the interest rate down that we call yield. In other words, if you loan money to the government, they got to pay you so much interest or yield. So when more and more people shift out of the stock market to get safety of the bond market, they go and purchase these things. The government gives you an IOU, and they're going to promise you a certain interest rate, and that's that yield. And this is very important, because if you go through all the BS, there's only one thing that tells you the truth when you look out in the future. Because remember, the stock market is forward-looking. It's not today. It's forward-looking. Today is the rearview mirror. It's forward-looking. So when you see the yields dropping, it's telling you there's no confidence in the economy going forward. That means the corporations, large and small, they don't plow their money back into their business, called business investment or CapEx. If a company was going to spend $500,000 on a machine to produce more goods, he's not going to do that, because he looks at the treasury yield to get a real idea, how is the economy going forward? Should I buy this piece of machinery? Or somebody wants to buy a bulldozer, a road builder. Same thing. He looks at the treasury yield to identify, gee, I wonder if I should buy this bulldozer. I wonder what the economy is going to look like going out 3-4 years. So you look at the yield. But see, Wall Street doesn't want you to know that. That's the one thing they don't want you to know. And they also don't want you to know something else. You got to look at the trade deficit. Oh, they're never going to talk to you about their trade deficit. These fake business news networks, do you think any of these people, any of those jibber jabbers are going to tell you about the trade deficit? Are you nuts? That would be the same as if you're going to blow somebody up and you wrap TNT all around them. You want to blow the guy up, and you can say to him, oh, by the way, you can put it out right here, right next to the lefty, right there. Just you can put that cord out, just snuff it out, and we're not going to blow you up. Same thing. They're not going to tell you that, right? Some terrorist grabs you and he wraps you up with TNT. He's not going to tell you where to pull to stop it, right? Or will the fake business news network? They don't want you to know, because that destroys the economy. There's nothing that destroys the economy like a trade deficit. When we send our jobs overseas to make shirts and hats and stuff for us and rakes and shovels, remember what we do. We are increasing jobs overseas, not here. I have to laugh when they keep telling, boy, the jobs, we have 800,000 jobs for May or June, whatever it was, June. Well, that's great. No, it's not. First of all, we still have 6 million people who lost their job between February 19th and March 23rd, and then March 23rd up to September. They lost their job. 22 million people. There's still 6 million people who have not got their job back. Oh, and by the way, stop listening about this stupid job number. Well, 850,000 jobs. In May, we had 500,000 jobs. June, we got 850,000. Isn't that great? Wow, we are really expanding. No, you're not. Go back and look. There's 6 million of the 22 million they haven't got their job back. And these aren't new jobs. They're lying to you. These are jobs that have been put on they've been put on hiatus. So it'd be the same thing on Friday if they're going to measure jobs in Sarasota. And so everybody leaves on Friday, and then 22 people come to work on Monday, and they say, "Oh, look at this! We just got an increased new jobs, 22 more jobs over the weekend. Look at that! We increased 22 new jobs in one business. Those aren't new jobs. So there's a lot of BS going around." And the biggest thing is this treasury. Did you ever wonder why last night we closed down the market? We closed the market positive yesterday. Positive. We were up on the Dow 104 points. We wake up this morning, we're down 500 points. How could you be up 104 points if the economy's doing so well, and you turn around and you're down 500 points? Because it finally caught up with us, the inflation, since 2008. Think about it. How could we close this market 104 points up yesterday? Now we're doing this morning down 500 points. And they're doing everything they can right now to make sure that we don't close down 500 points today. Now we're only down 352 points, and they rigged that. That's rigged. They rigged it. How do they do that? There's a group called the plunger team, and they're charged anytime you get a big drop in the market to rig the market during the day to make it go back up. How do they do that? They buy what they call the future index. It's simple. All they do is they go to the Chicago board, and they buy a stock. Let's say a stock's trading today at $20. And they'll say, okay, I'm going to buy that stock, okay, in August at $40. So that puts a bid into that stock. And so anybody that's shorting the stock stops shorting, they buy it back. And that's how you go from being down 500 points to now down 355 points. And all day that battle's been going on, all day long. Then all of a sudden we go back down to 500 points. Then we're only down to 250 points. One time we're only down 195 points. Now we're back up because they're fighting. Because people are still, they're selling their stocks and buying treasuries because they're scared. But what happened this morning to cause this? What caught up? What caught up is the oil since 2008. That's what caught up, the oil. And the other thing that caught up is our trade deficit. It caught up. It finally gets through the system. See, people don't understand. It takes a long time. Like if you're going to raise or lower rates, it takes almost 18 months before you feel it in the system. Now, all the stuff going on, I'll explain when I get back how it's going to affect you and what you should be doing.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect
protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Warning: Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the .com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. to the Phil's Gang Show. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Then go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. So if you went to bed last night and you looked at the market and it closed up pretty good yesterday, you think, oh, things are okay because they're telling us how great this economy is. Of course, you've been listening to me. I've been telling you the truth. I'm telling you all along. It's been propped up. It's not great at all. And yesterday when the market closed at 104 points, this morning you woke up, the market was down 500 points. If you recall, I said to you last week, one morning you're going to wake up and you're going to see this market's going to be down 500 points. And we're going to get a 10% correction at some point. Then it's going to go back up, and then we'll finally get a 70% sell-off in the market. And the poor souls that are in this market, they have no idea what they're doing because they're not being told the truth. And they're not being told the truth about treasuries, how important they are. They're not being told the truth about trade deficits, how important they are. The yields are so important because it's the only thing that will tell you the truth. And what they have been doing, and listen to this. This is what they're telling you on CNBC now. This is what you hear. This is amazing. So the first guy says this.
I want to stay on this rate story. I think it's the story of the market.
So I can't tell you that I specifically understand why yields are where they are.
Now think about that. This guy is on CNBC every day and he can't tell you why yields are where they are? Meaning that yields have been dropping? I've been telling you. Because the economy looking forward is going to be terrible. We are going to have a crash. But in the meantime, let's make money on stocks. And that's what we do. We identify, first of all, what stocks are affected by high treasury yields. What do you do when you're in if you have high yields or high interest rates, you better be in a certain group of stocks, like banks. And remember last week they kept telling you, buy the banks, buy the banks, buy the banks. And I kept saying, don't do that, don't do that. Do not buy the banks. And the banks collapsed. I said, make sure you're staying in stocks that enjoy low yields because interest rates are coming down. And when interest rates are coming down, called the 10-year Treasury yield, you can look it up every morning. When those start going lower and lower, that's telling you the economy's getting worse and worse. But it's also telling you this is good, very good for a certain group of stocks, which is big tech. Big tech. REITs. Healthcare. So you want to be in those groups, and that's what I do for my members. My whole team, this is what we make sure every morning that our members are in the right groups based on what the money flow is. Now this guy says he doesn't understand it. How could he be on CNBC being paid to advise you, and he says that he doesn't understand it? But then his buddy steps in.
Joe, I talked to somebody.
This guy talked to an expert. He's on CNBC being paid, but he's talking to his expert. Doesn't name who the expert is. Listen to this crap.
Joe, I talked to somebody, a big investor earlier today on this issue of what's the deal with rates? Why do they keep moving lower? The market, as Steve said, seems to be confused what to make of that move. This person told me straight up, just too much liquidity.
Okay, so he says the market's confused. The market's confused. He said, so the market's confused, and he says there's too much liquidity. That's why the market's going down. So it's confused, too much liquidity. This is unbelievable. This is what he's saying.
Joe, I talked to somebody, a big investor earlier today on this issue of what's the deal with rates? Why do they keep moving lower? The market, as Steve said, seems to be confused.
The market's not confused. The rates are moving lower, but they're going to lie to you and say this. The rates are, because they don't want you to know this, the rates are moving lower because the economy is getting worse every day. Why? Because there is too much inflation. Where's the inflation caused? Where's that come from? Prices are going up because they're destroying the dollar. Now, the liquidity he's talking about, he should be explaining to you, like I explained to, and my team explains to our members every day. Look, yes, he's right, there's liquidity. But it's not, the problem isn't too much liquidity in the market. The problem is, the reason why rates are going down, because there's too much debt in the system. Debt in the system. That's the problem. We have too much debt. Since 2008, we've been piling on debt. That's why we can't grow. Now the liquidity, think about this. The Federal Reserve is printing money every day, $120 billion a month to purchase treasuries to make sure rates stay at zero. They print $100 billion a month, another $100 billion to give to CEOs so they can go buy their stocks. So when they have no profits and their earnings suck, they go and buy their stocks and push the stock up artificially. And then these guys on CNBC say, oh, look at this, the market's going up. Boy, this is the new all-time new high. But how did the market get to an all-time new high? The CEOs went in and bought their own stock. But that's okay, because we made sure we're in that stock. But we're going to make sure when to get out. See, 85% of people lose money in the market, so they don't know when to get out, because they don't know what interest rates are about, what yields are about, what stocks you should be down if yields are down or up. And these guys aren't going to tell you the truth. So you got a problem with all this money printing. That's inflation. Now, so you got $120 billion a month to purchase treasuries, keep interest rates low. You got another $100 billion a month they're printing, okay, for stock buybacks. So the CEOs, when he's got no profits, you go, oh my God, the stock's going to go down. What should I do? Well, they print money for him, give it to him, and then he goes, buys his own stock, and the stock price goes up, and these guys tell you, oh, all-time new high, oh, all-time new high, yeah. Then another $120 billion they print every month for the Fed to monetize corporate debt. What's that mean? Fancy word, monetize. All that means is when corporations get in trouble, even with paying zero interest, they still have to pay that money back. And over 23% of the corporations in the S&P 500, they're having problems. They can't pay the money back. So what do? Instead of letting the companies go down, they print more money. That's all inflation. And then they turn around and they go to the big companies and say, here, we're going to buy all that debt, get it away from you. We'll take the debt, and we'll replace it with cash. Then they print another $215 billion a month to give to the banks, because the banks, remember, have never been fixed since 2008. They're still insolvent since 2008. Why? Why didn't they fix them? Because they never wanted to be regulated. And when they did all the new regulations under Dodd and Frank, they took them, their buddies, which remember Dodd and Frank got big paybacks under the table to make sure the banks didn't get regulated. So what does that mean? Well, I'm going to tell you when we get back. And where you're going to make money in this market. I'll tell you where you're going to make it, what you got to do.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Continues to say it's transitory, but yields are moving lower. So do you believe Jay Powell or do you believe the bond market?
You always believe the bond market. So here's the problem. If you go back to 2008 up to today, we've had tremendous inflation because all I've been doing is printing massive, massive money to artificially prop up and push the stock market up. And when the stock market goes up, there was tremendous amount of money to be made. But you had to remember, it's all fake. Because if they weren't printing this money to keep rates at zero, the market would have never gone up. That's called QE. And the reason 85% of you lose money because you do not know when to get out of the market. And also, when you get out, you don't know how to make money when the market drops or an individual stock. Well, we stop that right here because we specialize in that. We make sure our members have the same skills. It's so easy to make money as the market goes down as it goes up. In fact, we have a color-coded chart, which we give you free for 10 days. You can see we're not lying about it. That tells you, hey, you better get out. You better get out. Nobody else has it because it's patented. It's mine. So the big problem is, since 2008, all they've been doing is printing money to make sure rates are at zero. But at the same time the market was going up, they were able to fool you and make you believe, especially you poor people in 401ks, make you believe everything was okay. But when you kept looking at the bond yields going down, They wouldn't say to you, look, you better look at the bond yields. They're going down. And here's what they wouldn't tell you. We're heading towards a disaster because look at the trade deficit. It's historic. We've never been in this bad shape. Because it's a trade deficit, remember what it does. We're getting rid of our people here, and we create jobs in Japan and China. Now, we got rid of our jobs. And then we tell them, make clothes for us. And when we import them, that's a huge expense. That's inflation. Even though you think we're getting cheaper goods, remember, your wages aren't going up. So on one hand, yeah, you're buying a shirt that's cheaper, but remember, you haven't got decent wage increases. Your standard of living hasn't increased. Why? Because the companies aren't taking their profits and put it into business investment so you could produce more, so you could get a higher wage, so that you go spend towards our economic growth. So everything you spend is either borrowed on a credit card or whatever. So what do? Well, what we do with our folks, we make sure, again, that we're in the right stocks. Whether the treasury yields are going down or treasury yields are going up. That's the first thing. The second thing, we always make sure we watch oil prices and we always watch that trade deficit. Now, what they did, remember, they've been propping up the stock market by printing $3 billion a day. And they inject that right into the market. Go buy stocks. The Federal Reserve prints it, and they go right in and buy stocks. They give it to the banks in the morning and go buy stocks to make sure they keep propping that market up. Then here's what they do with the housing market. They print $6 billion a day to prop that thing up. And this is great. This is funny. Think about it. The housing market, they're pretty smart. They knew the economy is not good. They know the economy is terrible. But as long as they can point to the stock market, everybody else believes it's doing well. You hear me every day tell you, look, we're making money as stocks go up. I wouldn't fight the Fed, but we got to know when to get out. So they knew the biggest sector, if you take our economic growth, there's just 11 sectors of it. That means there's 11 sectors that our consumer spends their money in. Out of the 11 sectors, there's the two biggest sectors. And that's housing and healthcare. So they knew that. They're smart enough. So what do? They make sure they push housing up. Now, you remember the first scam in 2008. They sold houses to everybody who couldn't afford one. Well, this time they said, let's do something better. This time, we'll sell houses to people who can afford them. But we're going to screw them where they're going to have to pay 35 to 40% more than they're worth because everything's lining up perfect. The stars, the moon, the sun. And we got rates down so low for fixed rate mortgages, and there's no inventory out there because remember now, we had a crash, a pandemic. We had that big pandemic. Remember, we started on February 19, 2020, and the market dropped 31%. By the way, my members were short, making money on the way down. So when the market dropped from February 19, 2020 to March 25th, 2020, and that big drop, and 22 million people were out of work, there was no productivity in this country, no production. So they said, look, we got a beautiful situation. People who have money in the city, they want to get out of the city. They want to move to the suburbs, but there's no inventory because people are already living in their homes. They're not back during the pandemic. They're not going to get out of their home. You take from March 23rd, 2020 up to February 16, 2020. No one was selling their homes. They're in the middle of a pandemic. So they knew this was a perfect way to do another scam in housing. Because as long as they kept interest rates low, print money, and go buy those 10-year treasury yields. Drop that 10-year treasury, drop that yield down. And give 30-year fixed-rate mortgages, 2.5% and 3%. And all these people want to get out of the city. And because there are so many people unemployed, they can't keep up with materials. They can't keep up with lumber. They can't keep up with all the materials to build a house. And there's no inventory. This is wonderful. We can really screw them. In a short period of time, we can get these, because of demand, we can get these houses up. They're going to be paying 30, 40% more than they should. So this housing scam is different than the last one because this time they sold houses to people who could afford it. But they're going to get slammed. They're going to lose 35, 40% value in their home the minute this market crashes, and it's going to crash. Why? How do we know that? Because the yield keeps going down. It's getting lower and lower, lower and lower. Just always check every morning. I do this for our students, my team. We do it every morning so our students know exactly what's going on, what stocks to be in. And by the way, we always make sure some stocks are doing beautifully. As the market went down 500 points today, we were making money in REITs. Because remember, when the market's going down and yields are going down, we go and look for stocks. As these yields start dropping, we're looking for big tech stock. We're looking for our healthcare stocks. We're looking for REITs. And we got some beautiful profits as the market went up today. But we also have some beautiful profits as the market's going down. Because we know when yields are coming down, we know that Carnival Cruise Line, they don't want low yields. They want high yields. And Carnival Cruise Line, we have a profit in that right now, a nice profit. I don't have it here with me, but I think we have a beautiful profit in Carnival Cruise, I think like 20%. So we're making money on Carnival Cruise Line that's going down. We're making 20% because we knew to get our gang members into that stock because yields were low. But we also knew to get them into REITs because the yields were low. So you understand? As long as the yields are low, you decide, okay, let's put them into the REITs. The REITs will go up. And then let's turn around and let's short the banks. We shorted the banks. So we always know what group to be in. Does anybody do that for you? Are you kidding? So that's what we do here every day. Now remember, all this printing of money is destroying Main Street. It's destroying Main Street. So every day, just remember, when they're printing money and you hear how great housing is, no, it's not. People are buying homes that are overpriced, so badly overpriced. When this bubble breaks, they're going to get slaughtered. Same thing with the stock market. But all you have to do is be in the right group. But do they do that for you? Anybody do that for you? I don't think so. That's what we do here. Why don't you join our gang for 10 days free? Check it out.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month? philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Okay, welcome back. You know, we're talking about the housing market. I mean, everything was perfect for another housing scam. They knew they're selling you homes that are overpriced 30, 40%. And you're going to lose that kind of money on your house soon when this market blows up. Because what created this housing boom, remember, was the shortage, was the pandemic. When you take 22 million people out of the workforce, you're not producing. So everything, you're short everything. Your materials, you can't build houses. And when you do build a house, it's so expensive. Look at lumber went up, everything went up. And that's the worst time. I told you not to buy houses, didn't I? I told you. You watch what happens. So those houses, it was just another scam. But this time, they at least sold it to people who could afford it, who wanted to get out of the city because of the riots and so forth, and who wanted to work out of their homes. They want to get out of New York. They go to the suburbs. That's all fine, but they're going to take a big hit. Now, you take all the people in the market, stock market's been this best market ever, but it's the worst market ever. It's the weakest market in history, because what's building the market is not companies making good profits, top-line sales are increasing, margins are increasing, big profits. No, not at all. That has nothing to do with it. They don't care about profits anymore, because all they have to do is buy their own stock. The overall economy is getting worse and worse, and you just have to look at, I say, at your income. Okay, your exports. We have a terrible trade deficit. That's one of the worst things that kills you. That nobody talks about, because it's the worst. So what do? You just got to make sure, and we do this for our members every day, that these are the things that we always make. Here, give me an example. When the yields are down, okay, we know to put when yields are going down, we know that that's bad for like Carnival Cruise Line. So we're up 20% in Carnival Cruise Line. But we also bought Apple because it was good for Apple. We're up 10% in Apple. We also knew it was bad for the airlines. So Alaskan Air was down 15%. But we knew the yields down would be good for Microsoft. So that went up 11%. So we made money on CCL and ALK, the Carnival Cruise Line and airlines, because we knew those would go down because low yields kill them. But that low yield also, remember, would move the low yield would also push up Apple, push up Microsoft, would push up V&Q. That's our REITs, up 18%. So we always make sure we have a good balance. And we're always moving them based on the true information, not what you hear from CNBC. Now listen to this. This is unbelievable. I'm listening to Cramer, right? Listen.
I fought the $1 billion opening hammer and tongs. We don't want an overpriced, overheated IPO market.
Okay, yeah, he fought overpriced stocks. He really fought them overpriced. Remember that? See, he's part of the system. Now listen, this is the same guy who manipulated it.
You know, a lot of times when I was short at my hedge fund and I was positioned short, meaning I needed it down, I would create a level of activity beforehand that could drive the futures. It doesn't take much money.
If you recall this, remember, he was screwing everybody. What he was doing is playing with the numbers. He could push the stocks up and push the stocks down. So the same guy is telling us yesterday, oh, he was a fighter. He made sure people weren't going to buy overpriced stocks. He was making sure they were overpriced, and he admitted it. I can't remember the show he was on, but he admitted it. But let's go back to stocks.
So really quickly, Pinterest, what do you think long-term and short?
It's a kind, gentle site, and I like the stock.
So P-I-N, so pins, okay? It's a kind, gentle site. Yeah, that's what I want, a kind, gentle site. That's why you should buy it, kind, gentle site. Are you kidding me? So this guy's already losing money. He got in at the wrong area. See, this stock, when he bought this stock, he told him to buy this stock. He got in too late. He should be getting in this stock at around $66. And he should have been getting out around $81, because on my chart it tells you that's where the money went in. See, there's no money going in the stock at 54. There's no money going at 67. There's no money going at 63. The money didn't start going into around 66. And then it went from 66, it turned green, told us money was in, and then it went to 91, and now the money's coming out. So that's a nice gain. I mean, that's about a 15% gain. But the important thing with it is we know when to get out. Now he's telling us, now this other guy, remember on, he's talking about Schlumberger.
Would this be a buying opportunity for Schlumberger?
I have to tell you that I think this guy, Lapucci, is doing a real good job. And I share with you general enthusiasm for Schlumberger.
Are you kidding? We're selling Schlumberger short. Our members are short because it's going down. And we saw it when it changed. Okay, it changed from green, which money was going into, it started to change on June 17th. It started to go down because they're pulling their money out. And he's saying what? Oh, he knows Ciolucci, to Capucci. I know Capucci Ciolucci. He's doing a great job. He wouldn't sell this. How does he know that? What, you go to dinner with him every night? So again, you don't have to listen to him. You don't have to listen to any of these people. Especially the people who says they get out there and say, oh, I don't really know much about yields. Then what are you doing? Then why are you on these shows if you don't know much about yields? See, they don't want to tell you the truth. Just like they don't want to tell you the truth about our trade deficits. So the idea is that, remember Cramer told us to buy the banks?
The Fed's in it's in a unique place. It can take a lot of action and not hurt the stock market. It can move.
What does that mean? They're in a unique place. They can take a lot of action, not hurt the stock market. And I told you, I said to everybody last week, don't listen to him. These banks are going to go back down. And they did. The banks are tanking. Because banks don't go up when your 10-year Treasury yield or interest goes down. So we shorted the banks. So our members were making money as the banks are going down. And they're making money as Microsoft and Apple and the REITs were going up. It's not that hard. You just got to have the right tools, like a carpenter or anybody else. So look, I'm going to reach out to you. Before we get really hit, remember, this market's going to go down about 10%, may not even be today or tomorrow, but it's going to go down 10% first. Then we're going to get the big one. But in the meantime, why don't you at least check out two things? Join the gang free for 10 days and check the color-coded chart. And then every day we help you. We make sure you're in the right stocks based on the right information. These guys just want you to buy. That's all. Of course, because you don't know how to sell short. You don't know how to make money when the market's going down. My members do. It's easy. It's not hard at all. And with the color-coded chart, it tells you what to do. Every day, remember. Steve, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he goes through our portfolio with our members, tell them exactly what to do. Tells them what to do every day. Based on the color-coded chart, where the money is going. And for you people in 401k, for God's sakes, you have mutual funds inside that 401k or you have separate mutual funds, I'm reaching out to you. I don't know what to do with you. I'm reaching out to you. We designed a chart that sends you alerts on your 401k. Call to action. You can have that for 30 days free. See if it works. Look, when you join our gang, we make sure every day, okay, that you're getting the right information. These people are not giving the right information because not in their best interest to give you right. When this guy says that, this gal said this today.
This is called the Great American Comeback, the economy roaring back.
It's not the great comeback. It'd be a great comeback if stocks were going up based on getting people back to work and the companies were producing. We gave up producing goods. The Federal Reserve decided no more producing goods. We're going to swap out producing goods. We're not going to produce anymore. We're just going to print money and spend. The hell with inflation, because inflation works for big tech, and the 1 percentile can make a fortune, and they did. Their economy, their wealth went up. It doubled in the last 13 years. Went up $15 million. But the poor guy in the street, his wealth went down. Because of inflation. He's not in the stock market, most people. They don't have the assets. Look, join my gang tonight. Try it free for 10 days. Try the color-coded chart and try for 30 days free the tracker, my mutual fund tracker. And please, if you do make money, please help St. Jude. I'll see you on the charts again tomorrow.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877